I actually just couldn't let Carmen be the funnier sibling, so. Let's give a round of applause for all the warm-up comedians before me. Thank you. And make sure you keep the applause going for the cool-down comedians after me. Has anyone ever been the youngest person at their job? By the sounds of the room, it sounds like it's been a while for some of you. When you're the youngest person at your job, it doesn't matter what they actually hired you for. You're IT now. I had some coworkers ask me some very silly questions, in my opinion. How do I download a picture to my computer? How do I forward a text message? How much money should I send this African prince? He seems trustworthy. I'm usually like, have you tried turning your computer off and retiring? We were all alive when Google was invented. I barely make the cut, but made the cut, so I get to brag about it. I love Google. Because I'm a special snowflake, I like my labels. So Google told me I'm a zillennial, not a millennial, not Gen Z, right in the middle, which basically means, I grew up with all the perks of the internet and all the trauma of 9/11. Oh, was that too soon? Anyways, so everyone likes to say my generation is entitled, probably because of all the participation trophies we got as kids. But who gave us those trophies? It wasn't certainly the other 8-year-olds on the soccer field. So if anyone can tell me where I can get my trophy after tonight, that'd be great. Thanks.
Good job, good job. So it's interesting, you know, everybody has a point of view, and everyone is talking about something that means something to them. We started with that, and they all wrote down every word that they wanted to say, and you know, we're trying to stick to it. But they're all, as you can see so far, they're all unique, and they all have their own things to say. And we are going to move on with our next sibling pair. They come all the way up here from, from here, they're here. No, they're a little south, I think. This is the very funny Michelle Miller. Oh no, wait, is this, yes, it's Michelle. I always mix them up. Right? It's Michelle?
Hello, Auburn. Here I am live from Aurora, New York. Does anybody here like to travel? Yeah. All right. Anybody have a passport? Yeah. Whoa! I started traveling in the late 80s when 5% of Americans had a passport, which is just crazy to me. I think we all need to go out there and expose ourselves to the world. And I'm like, there you go. And I think that people I come across as like I've traveled in all the first class places and the 5-star hotels, and I've looked out at the Queen Mary and seen the world that way. That's not me. I've been on every dirty bus. I've been on every silly train. I've been hitchhiking around where they picked me up, and I swear it was only because they needed me to hold the doors and mind the children. One of my favorite things and recommendations for people in the world is to go out and go to the grocery store. Because it's there, because you know the grocery store here, and you see the grocery store there, and it really helps you compare things. One of my favorite things, when I lived in Germany, they sold mayonnaise in essentially a toothpaste tube. And I really feel like if I went to each and every one of your houses right now and opened up your refrigerator, you would have a jar of mayonnaise slightly smaller than a 55-gallon drum. One of the weirdest things that I've ever seen on the street was a vending machine that sold dirty, used underwear and girly magazines. Now, I think I need to explain this because we just don't have that in Auburn, right? So you put in your equivalent of a $100 bill, you push B4, the machine whirls, and Sally's dirty knickers drops out for you. Insane. Sunday is St. Patrick's Day, right? Yay! So let's talk about the Irish countryside. Sometimes you get the magical space in an Irish countryside where you have the bar and grocery store combo. I can't imagine that this is really good for Irish marital relations, but that's amazing. I can hear now, honey, I'm just running down to get some spuds for dinner. Ah, you're a feckin' liar. You're going to the pub. No, I'm not, I swear, on my dead mother's life, I swear. I'm going down, I'll see you in 5 hours. One day I found myself in Japan. We were hitchhiking around, we checked into a hostel, and it had a bathhouse. And I was like, this is fantastic. My travel companion went down. She's like, it's amazing. It's vacant. There's an Olympic-sized bathtub. There's a shower. It's bathroom. These are her exact words. It's bathroom bliss. I was like, I'm in for that. So I grabbed my shampoo. I ran down the stairs. I opened up the door. I stepped in. Everything was silent. I was like, holy shit, I have just stepped in to I've just stepped into a bathhouse that is a Japanese school trip. There's about 40 naked 11-year-olds and me. We are all naked and no one's talking. And I am completely paralyzed. And I realized that my washcloth is going to cover nothing. And I realized by the way they're looking at me that they have never seen boobs this big. Fully quiet, I'm standing in the corner, I don't know what to do. Some little girl thankfully kicks me a stool. I sit down. I'm like, oh, this is not bathroom bliss. This is full frontal hell. I am an accidental pedophile. I don't even know how to handle this. I'm cleaning myself as fast as I possibly can, and I'm like, that's it, we're out. And I stand up. Again, everyone goes quiet, all eyes on me. We all realize at the exact same time that the stool I've been sitting on has suction cupped itself to my ass in a perpendicular fashion. And the bonus was, in the quiet, you could hear it peel itself off my ass. And I ran out of there. They say that you travel to find yourselves, and sometimes you find yourselves naked. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Our foreign relations will never be the same. All right, so let us move on with our next performer. She, delightful young lady who has never done comedy before as well, and this is Stephanie Rudnick.
I'm definitely going to adjust this. Hello. Okay. Good evening. Again, I'm Stephanie. And I'm tired of being bossed around. First it was my husband, then it was my kids, and now I have a washing machine that tells me when it needs to be washed. My car dings for its oil change. And Alexa, that bitch thinks she knows everything. I ask her one simple task: print out my grocery list. Printer not found. Printer out of ink. Would you like to hear a joke about the printer? It's like having a robotic lady in waiting or a deaf butler. And it is challenging because I didn't grow up with this stuff, and now we go into any grocery store and self-checkout is an option. I'm not trained on the registers. There's nothing in my history that would indicate I know the code for bananas. And book your own flights. I don't want to book my own flights. If I wanted to be a travel agent, I would have gone to travel agent school. So, what's next? A self-serve colonoscopy? I definitely don't know the code for that one. The technology I've thought about that would be very useful would be if I could outsource my inside voice. You know, you're having a tough day and those negative tapes get rolling in your head. Wouldn't it be nice to just touch a button, the third eye right here, and hear, boop, you're fine, darling. You're going to be just fine. Take a deep breath and take on the day. Boop. Girl, you're so super cute. If you lost weight, you look great. The day for self-care. Go get a skinny latte and do your nails. Bye. Boop. Try these booty exercises and you'll be turning heads by summer. Actually, I think I'm going to stick with Alexa. Alexa, say goodnight. Printer ready.
Very good stuff. Thank you. All right, our next performer has come out of retirement to do this. She was a teacher. So this is familiar territory for her, doing stand-up, and we are very excited to welcome Andrea Fusco to the stage. Andrea.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining me on National Card Reading Day. That's when everyone revisits greeting cards they've already received. So be sure you go home and sift through the ones that you've saved. I know you did. I was really hoping that there would be a day honoring the reading of directions, but there wasn't one to be found, so here we are. Speaking of directions, read any good ones lately? I haven't. Who writes these torture brochures anyway? Some poor soul on a remote island that has no clue what the directions are for? And pint-sized print and indecipherable drawings? Not to mention the need for translation into understandable. All I know is this. Part A never goes into Part B without a fight. You know. And Part C, well, forget it. You're never getting that far. Case in point, a shoe rack I bought off Amazon. After an hour in directional hell with the contraption, I watched as it wiggled, swayed, and finally collapsed. So I took what was left of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, threw it all back in the box, and drove the thing to Staples. Shout out for being the nearest drop-off point. And some things just aren't worth the fight. Remember safety caps? When they first became a thing, you know, push down, twist, follow the arrows. Saturday Night Live actually had a skit about all that, and the bottle of pills was called Try and Open It. And the pills are for arthritis. POV, when you're out of options and driven to destroy the only thing that's supposed to help you, cue the sledgehammer. And let's take the COVID test, or not. I'm so done, but not the vid. Pink line, blue line, am I pregnant, boy or girl? I think. Congratulations, none of the above. Your test expired and you're out $10. And even snacks try and get into the game, as if they're trying to save you from yourself. But let's face it, if you need directions to open a bag of Doritos, well, that's just special. And directions to get somewhere? The other day, lost and frustrated, I said I wanted to die, and Siri came at me with directions to die. Thanks a lot, Siri, and thank you all. Good night.
great. Good job, Andrea. You're welcome. So we have another one of our sibling groups. Actually, we have three. That's great. This young lady, I don't know where she stands in the sibling order. Are you first, second, or third?
First.
Did you see how she said that? And she will tell you what's what. This is Vera Carbajal.
Thank you, everybody. So glad y'all could make it here. I almost didn't make it here. I had dental surgery this week, so I'm a little bruised and puffy. Well, most of this is me, but this I can blame on the dentist. I'm a psych nurse. I need you to know that's a job title, not a personality descriptor. A newly minted liberal. If that sounds painful, I assure you it was. Normally I wouldn't talk about that stuff because I was raised Republican. And you're not supposed to talk about politics or religion. But politics has gone a little crazy, hasn't it? When did the nightly news become a spectator sport? You're sitting there, you're biting your nails, you're gnashing your teeth, you're screaming at the screen, "Supreme my ass!" It's like one long, horrible fever dream. But when the fever broke, I woke up woke. You can blame Bush or you can blame college, I don't care. I didn't realize I was woke when it first started, but somebody had to tell me. I walked into the living room and my boyfriend was watching Fox News. And I said to him, "Can we change the channel?" You'd have thought I asked him to vote for Hillary. Oh my God. He starts yelling at me. "You know what? You're the problem. You think you're a Republican, but you're a liberal. You're a commie, pico, EV, elitist, vegan, recycling liberal. You're a rhino." Clutch the pearls, what? Commie? They love stuff. Pico? Is that fashion? EV? Tesla's $89,000. The only one I can afford, I can wear like a dress. Elitist, please. I'm going to have to work till noon the day of my funeral. So I will judge you on your Wordle score. Vegan? Bacon? I do recycle. I stand before you, a recycling liberal. So I ditched the boyfriend, I joined a union, and I like Taylor Swift.
Thank you, Vera. All right, we have, actually, I think there were mostly women in the class, right? And just a couple of guys. Here's one of them. And he is an Auburn resident. You may know him from the school board and other places. This is Joe Shepard, everybody.
Hey everybody, how we doing tonight? Yeah! Woohoo! Auburn Friday night. Yeah. Free show. So my kids are older now. They're not as. I don't have to entertain them. They do a good job of that on their own. My son probably better than my daughter. Comes with that equipment. But the best part of that is I don't have to get stuck watching that terrible children's entertainment educational TV anymore. I don't have to sit there and be surprised that some idiot lost a marker under a couch and screaming at him, Steve, listen to your dog, it's under the couch. No, just leave me alone. And have you seen this Caillou motherfucker? What a pretentious sad sack piece of shit this kid is. He's just so angry. And it's probably because he is 8 years old and bald as an egg. You know who else follically challenged? Charlie Brown. But that guy, he is nice as fuck. It's probably that little pube he's got right there up on top, which is gonna give him the glimmer of hope that someday, he's gonna have a full head of hair. And then what about this pecker pig and her family, right? They all look like a bag of dicks walking around. Even the father has a stubbly little nutsack chick. Right? This is very likely not what the executives meant when they wanted a show about a bunch of people porking. Guarantee it. And then the goats of all of educational TV. Hola, somos Dora y Diego. What the fuck? These kids walking around. Right? Dora, what task are you gonna give us? She's lost her shit. Lost her shit walking in the woods. I'll tell you right now, she does not need my fucking help to find her shit in the woods. Nobody needs my help finding anything. Right? The first when I lose my shit, and all men and most people when they lose their shit, who are you going to? The woman. I know that's how I ask my wife first. I go to my wife, and then I might even go to my daughter. Shit, I might even call my mom before I just go out and buy new shit. Right? Diego, what's he tasked with? He is tasked, because he's a man, go wander through the woods and help exotic animals. Fuck, that's awesome. Right? And then sidekicks. They each got their own little sidekicks. Diego, he gets a baby jaguar that's, fuck yes. Dora, not so lucky. Not so lucky. She gets a fancy little monkey named Boots who accessorizes. It's the only good thing he's good at, right? His accessories. But, ladies, right? You only need a gay little best friend to help you accessorize, right? Man, we just need a friend with us ready to rip out the throats of our enemies at a moment's notice. So far Dora's 0 for 2 in awesomeness, and they got to give her something, right? But equipment. It's got to be equipment. Nope. Here's a fucking map and a purse. What am I gonna do with that shit, right? Diego, here's your rescue pack that can turn into fucking anything you want, including a map, which you know he isn't gonna use, because, right? So shit, what kind of message are we sending our kids with this educational programming? What kind of message? That if you're bald, treat people like shit? So they go, look out, here I come. Pigs look like dicks? I mean, some people think both are delicious, I guess. You know, Boots, he ain't kosher. Okay, that was right. And then what? And then we should just wait for some guy to show up with awesome tools and a Jaguar? You know. No, that's not what we should be teaching our kids. We should be teaching our kids that even if you're bald and fucking weird looking, all you gotta do is be kind, right? Pigs, they don't look like dicks. They just don't, right? And gals, you don't need a guy with tools to come and do some shit. Get your own tools and a fucking Jaguar and go fuck your own shit up, right? That's what we need to be teaching our girls, right? Because God knows the guy that you might be waiting for is probably lost in the woods without a fucking map, you know, and depending on his accessories, might be eating some pork chops. I don't know. So, thanks everybody. Have a great rest of your night. And take care.
Thank you, Joe. I don't know if you realize this, but now you know why Joe is no longer on the school board. You know, we've come a long way. I made one bad joke 20 years ago. And now, all right. We have 4 more performers. Are you with me? Are you with us? What do you think so far? I mean, this is the first time they're on the stage. Excellent. Everybody's doing really well. All right, our next performer, also just a really, really lovely person who speaks from the heart. This is Claire Bell.
Good evening. Nothing? No response? I am a germaphobe, a little obsessive compulsive, but you know what? Being OCD is not a crime. I mean, what are they going to do? Come after me for orderly conduct? Just think about any crime show you see on TV. It's Breaking Bad, not Breaking Bad Habits. You know? I am just upholding order in my own household. Detective Briscoe, he would do the same. It's not law and disorder. I'll tell you one thing though, if I am gonna break the law, it's gonna be an organized crime. Not in the Tony Soprano kind of way. I'm not counting cards. I'm just counting. I'm not money washing, just hand washing. And the scene of my crime would, in all likelihood, be the Container Store. What are they going to do? Put out an all-points bulletin for the lady who's remerchandising the office section? I mean, they're the ones that laid it out Z to A instead of A to Z. Hey. I'm the alphabetizing police baby. That is my idea of an APB. For my OCD, my friend suggested that I get therapy. I said I am. It's called retail. I love the Container Store, but I also love Old Navy. Anybody here a fan of Old Navy? Love Old Navy. So I'm standing at the clearance rack the other day, and they're running their promotions over the PA system, and they say, sign up today for our Navyist Rewards program. But I hear, sign up today for our Atheist Rewards program. Now, I was raised in the Bible Belt, but I was also raised never to pay full price. I'm thinking, is this their idea of a woke ad campaign? I'm not in the South anymore. I hate to tell you this, but where I come from, a lot of people think that the only thing that ever woke was Jesus. And he did it on the 3rd day, then he rose again, end of story. By now, I am standing there holding a pair of hot pink performance track pants, actually considering saying I'm atheist just to get the discount. So I go up to the counter. Excuse me, could you tell me a little bit more about your rewards program? Sure, for every $1 you spend, you earn points that get you to the next level. Immediately, I want to go to the highest level, whatever that is. Turns out, true story, the levels are core, enthusiast, and icon. Wait a minute, I can be iconic? Yes, and if you spend $3,000, you can redeem all the points for free merchandise. And the skies parted, and I became a true disciple of Old Navy because I'm going to get icon status and also achieve full redemption. Thank you.
Thank you, Claire. Good job. Good job. Well, our next performer is another one of the sibling pairs, and she is a little familiar with talking in front of people, and just certain kinds of people. But I'm sure that she'd be happy to talk to you as well.